5 things confident men never do with women. A lot of men think confidence is about being loud, acting tough, or trying to dominate every situation with women. But in real life, that is not what confidence looks like. Real confidence is quiet. It is calm. It is emotional control. It is not needing constant validation from women to feel okay about yourself. And the interesting thing is, women notice this very quickly. They can feel the difference between a man who is naturally confident and a man who is trying too hard to look confident. Because one feels relaxed and grounded. The other feels like pressure and performance. And most men don't realize this, but they don't lose attraction because they are bad with women. They lose attraction because of small behaviors that slowly make them look emotionally unstable or needy. So in this video, we're going to break down 5 things confident men never do with women, and why avoiding these behaviors completely changes how women see you. Not theory, not complicated psychology, just real-life understanding in simple language. 1. Confident men never beg for attention. One of the fastest ways a man loses attraction is by constantly chasing attention. A confident man does not need constant replies or constant validation just to feel okay emotionally. But many men become emotionally dependent without realizing it. If a woman replies late, they start overthinking. If she becomes quiet, they panic. If her energy changes slightly, they assume the worst immediately. And because of that fear, they start chasing attention. They send more messages. They double text. They try to keep conversations alive, even when the energy is clearly fading. But what they don't understand is that this creates pressure. And pressure is one of the biggest attraction killers. For example, imagine a man texting a woman normally. Everything is fine, but suddenly she replies slower. A calm man simply continues his day and thinks she is busy. But a needy man immediately becomes uncomfortable. He starts thinking something is wrong. He starts sending extra messages trying to fix the situation. Now, instead of a natural conversation, it becomes emotional pressure. And women can feel that shift instantly. Because calm energy feels safe. Needy energy feels heavy. And over time, heavy energy pushes people away. Confident men understand this, so they never beg for attention. They do not emotionally depend on replies to feel secure. They simply continue their life. 2. Confident men never over-explain themselves. Another behavior that weakens attraction is over-explaining everything. Many men feel like they must constantly defend themselves or explain every small detail when there is tension or misunderstanding. They write long paragraphs trying to prove they are a good person. They try to fix how they are being perceived. But the truth is, over-explaining usually comes from insecurity. It comes from fear of rejection or fear of being misunderstood. For example, after a small disagreement, a man might send multiple messages explaining his entire point of view in detail, trying to make sure the woman understands him perfectly. But instead of making things better, it often makes things worse. Because now the conversation feels heavy and emotionally draining. A confident man does not feel the need to emotionally convince someone to see his worth. He communicates clearly, but he does not chase approval through long explanations. If he makes a mistake, he admits it simply. If someone misunderstands him, he does not panic trying to control their opinion, because he understands something very important. The more you try to force people to see you a certain way, the more you reveal insecurity. And insecurity reduces attraction over time. 3. Confident men never make women their entire world. One of the biggest attraction killers is when a man slowly loses his own identity in a relationship or even a talking stage. At the beginning, most men have their own life. They have goals, hobbies, friends, routines, and purpose. But once they become emotionally attached to a woman, everything starts shifting. Slowly, she becomes the center of their attention. Their mood depends on her replies. Their happiness depends on her attention. Their focus depends on her availability. And over time, they lose balance. This creates pressure in the relationship because now the woman feels like she is responsible for his emotional state. And that is not attractive. Confident men never abandon their life for a woman. They continue focusing on themselves even when they like someone. They still have goals. They still have structure. They still have direction because they understand something important. A woman should be part of your life, not your entire life. And ironically, men who maintain their identity usually become more attractive over time because emotional independence creates stability. 4. Confident men never react emotionally to everything. Another key difference is emotional control. Many men react too quickly to small changes. If a woman replies late, they panic. If she sounds different, they overthink. If she becomes quiet, they assume something is wrong immediately. This creates emotional instability. But confident men stay calm under emotional uncertainty. They do not rush to conclusions. They observe first. They understand that not every change has a deep meaning. People get busy. People have stress. People have moods. Life is not always consistent. But insecure men personalize everything, and that leads to emotional chaos. A confident man does not let his emotions control his reactions. He controls his reactions first. That is why he feels stable, calm, and grounded. And emotional stability is something women naturally notice and respect because it feels safe to be around. 5. Confident men never force attraction. One of the biggest mistakes men make is trying too hard to force attraction. They try to say the perfect thing. They try to text in a perfect way. They try to impress constantly. They try to make every interaction work perfectly. And because of that, they stop being natural. Everything becomes performance instead of real connection. But confident men do the opposite. They are relaxed. They are natural. They do not try to force chemistry. They allow conversations to flow instead of controlling them. And because of that relaxed energy, interactions feel easy and enjoyable. Attraction does not grow under pressure. It grows under comfort. When there is no pressure, people feel free. And when people feel free, they open up naturally. At the end of the day, confidence is not about acting dominant or pretending not to care. Real confidence is emotional security. It is staying calm when things change. It is not reacting from fear. It is not chasing validation. It is not forcing attention. It is simply being grounded in yourself. Many men think confidence is something they must show through words or behavior. But in reality, women feel confidence through emotional stability. They notice how you react under pressure. They notice how you handle distance. They notice how much control you have over your emotions. And those small things matter more than anything you say. So if you want to become more confident with women, do not focus on acting confident. Focus on becoming emotionally calm, because calm men always appear stronger than reactive men. And in the long run, emotional control is what creates real attraction, real respect, and real stability in relationships. Click the subscribe button, like, share, and follow for more.